The Minnesota House is expected to be equally divided after a special election coming up this next week. To give us an update on what that means for the session, Plymouth Representative Ginny Klevorn stopped by to talk about it in today's Newsmakers.
It's going very well. We're all finding our footing. Our systems are now kind of in place. People know where to go, how to go, and how to get work done. So I think we're in a good place right now.
One of the big obstacles or goals this session, I guess we should say, passing a budget.
Yeah.
How's the work toward that?
So this is a very interesting time for us. The Office of Economic Indicators at the federal level is delayed in getting us information because there's uncertainty about some of the issues. So we'll be a week behind getting our budget forecast, and then a little bit behind in getting our targets this year. But it is the number one priority we should all be focused on, is making sure that we have a budget that works for Minnesotans.
Any priorities in that budget that you'll be looking at?
Well, of course, you know, I have several bills that are for our communities, primarily for Plymouth this year. There are a few tax issues that I would like to make sure we get across the finish line to help with our infrastructure and our community amenities, such as the Plymouth Ice Center.
Right. Are you hearing from local residents, like expressing support for some of those?
Well, of course, our hockey teams definitely want that fourth sheet of ice, and that's a bonding issue that Representative Carroll is the lead on, but it actually is housed in the district that I represent. So it's an issue that is regional, and it's important to our community. So yes, they would like that fourth sheet of ice and maybe a parking structure to make sure. For me, the infrastructure that goes along with that is just as important. We have to make sure we have the stormwater capacity to handle the runoff and things like that.
All right, there's always lots of devils in the details, right?
Always.
All right. How do you expect conversations to go with divided legislature?
Well, you know, it's interesting because many of us know each other well. You know, we have several new members on the Republican side, and getting to know them, getting to know their priorities. Representative Nash and I will, when the House comes back to 67, be co-leads of state government. And he and I have always had a good relationship, and we find our ways. He knows what my priorities are, and I know what his are.
All right. Anything else you'd like to highlight that you're going to work on this session?
You know, I always am focused on our community and what we need. Yesterday we had a hearing with teachers coming into the state government committee, and it's important for us to always remember that there are people attached to everything that we do. And our students matter, our teachers matter, so making sure that we deliver for our communities.
All right, we'll be watching to see what happens. Representative Ginny Klevorn of Plymouth, thank you for joining us today.
Always great to be with you, Shannon. Thank you.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.